JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, 3 shot at birthday party in Negril. 2 women and a man were shot and injured at a birthday party at a rich sports bar and restaurant along the Norman Manley Boulevard in Negril, Westmoreland on Saturday night. According to information received, the owner of the business establishment, who was celebrating his birthday, hosted an illegal party to celebrate the day when 4 men on motorcycles rode up at about 10:45 p.m. The 2 pillion riders disembarked from the motorcycle and brandished guns. They fired shots hitting the businessman in his upper body and right thigh, and the 2 women received shots to their legs. All 3 were transported to a nearby hospital where they were treated and admitted. The Negril police are investigating. Alleged top gangster arrested for killing Mobile record driver. A man who the police have labeled as a top-tier enforcer in the criminal underworld in Glendavon, St. James, was arrested and charged on Thursday for the murder of popular record driver Vernon Boswell, otherwise called Punch, who was chased and murdered gangland style inside a garage operated by his family. The man in custody is 21-year-old Dwayne Twell Minto, who was fingered by eyewitnesses as one of 3 men who figured in the brutal mid-morning attack on Boswell, which left Sun Valley Road, where he lived, in mourning for several days. Following the killing, we followed some strong leads, which led us to Minto, said Superintendent Vernon Ellis, the commanding officer for the St. James Police. After he was arrested, we questioned him in the presence of his attorney. Subsequent to the questioning, he was pointed out in an identification parade. Based on other information we have picked up, including Minto's gang affiliation, we have reasons to believe we might be able to link him to other serious crimes committed across the parish, added Ellis. According to reports, on the day of the shooting, Boswell was standing outside the family business place speaking to his mother when a car pulled up and 3 men alighted with guns in their hands. They began chasing Boswell through the garage, firing multiple shots at him. After running for some 70 meters, Boswell fell, and one of the men reportedly stood over him and fired shots in his head and upper body. While chasing and firing at Boswell, a mechanic who was working on a car in the garage had his kneecap shattered by a bullet. Luckily, he was able to drag himself out of the line of fire as the gangsters continued to fire shots at Boswell. After Boswell was killed, the men casually walked out of the garage and got into the waiting motor car, which sped away. Gangsters have been displaying a high degree of nonchalance in several St. James communities, resulting in over 70 murders committed since the start of the year. But Ellis said he will not be ceding any ground to criminals, as once they are identified, they'll be tracked down and brought to justice. I collect a salary from the government every month to protect the law-abiding citizens of St. James, and that is my mission, said Ellis. We are seizing record numbers of illegal guns and arresting numerous violence producers, but the job is far from over. We'll continue to plug away every day because no criminal must feel safe in this parish. Since the dismantling of the Sparta gang, which was linked to incarcerated dancehall star Tommy Lee Sparta, and the significant degrading of the G-City gang, several top gangsters have been fleeing the parish. We have seen gangsters who have fled the pressure in St. James popping up in other parishes such as Clarendon, Kingston, and Hanover, but we want them to know that wherever they go, we'll be coming to get them, said Ellis. Suspected suicide in St. Mary. The Orocabessa police are investigating a suspected case of suicide in Jacks River Crescent in Orocabessa, St. Mary, on Thursday, June 17. Dead is 60-year-old Lyric Silvera of Bonnygate in the parish. Reports are that at about 6:30 a.m., residents found Silvera hanging from a tree with a piece of rope tied around the neck. Silvera had allegedly texted his daughter early in the day and stated that he intended to take his life. Investigation continues. Norwood accounts for most murders, shootings in St. James, says Anderson, with 15 murders and 14 shootings reported in a small St. James community spanning 1 square kilometer since the start of the year. Prime Minister Andrew Holness this morning announced a zone of special operations Zozo in Norwood to stem the bloodshed fueled by warring gangs. The security forces moved in at about 3 a.m. this morning, establishing curfews as they took aim at 6 gangs operating in the community who the police commissioner said have been living off the proceeds of lottery scamming, contract killings, extortion, and the funding from their cronies abroad. Major General Anthony Anderson, police commissioner, told a press conference earlier Sunday that 66 murders had occurred in Norwood since 2019. He also reported that since January this year, 79 murders have been recorded in the St. James Police Division, representing a 25% increase over the corresponding period last year. Anderson said that Norwood accounted for the most murders and shootings in the parish. Our investigations have shown that there are other murders and shootings that take place outside of the designated area that are caused by the 6 gangs that operate in the Norwood area, the commissioner added. The vicious activities of the gangs know no limits, as they not only target each other, but go after family, friends, and other close associates of gang members. Anderson said that in some sections of the community, gang members have the support of their families and other residents. This support, which sometimes arises from fear and continued funding, significantly contribute to the viability of these gangs. The commissioner said that the security forces would loosen the grip of the gangs on Norwood through policing activities that target these thugs, their resources, and their allies. There are nearly 12,000 residents living in Norwood, with approximately 1,600 being males between the ages of 14 and 29. The community has about 5,200 building structures that had been reportedly developed without the stamp of approval from the local authorities or other development planning agencies. Holness told journalists that the Zozo in Norwood would bring peace to residents and provide an opportunity for the community to experience a new beginning. The overall intention in declaring an additional community in St. James as a zone of special operation is to ensure that we can deliver the social intervention leading to an improved living condition and quality of life for the citizens in that area, the Prime Minister said. In response to a wave of murders in sections of St. James in 2017, the Prime Minister declared Mount Salem the first Zozo. The measure still remains in place in that community. Government to distribute over 125,000 tablets to students by end of school year. Education, Youth and Information Minister Favour Williams says by the end of the school year, more than 125,000 tablets would have been issued to students under the government's Tablets in Schools program. Williams made the disclosure while addressing a handover ceremony where 21 tablets were presented to the Ferris Primary School in Westmoreland on June 17. She outlined that in addition, some 25,000 teachers across the island have been trained to utilize the technology in order to facilitate online learning amidst the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Our students have been resilient. Has it been easy? No. But you know what? They have taken on the challenge. And I want to salute them in not laying down arms in the pandemic, the minister said. She added, I want to commend our 25,000 teachers across Jamaica. They stepped up to the plate. They got trained. They can manage themselves in the online world. They have created thousands of virtual classrooms, and thousands of students have found their way to these virtual classrooms, she added. Williams indicated that this technology will remain a permanent fixture of the education sector going forward, as it is suited to equip students with the requisite skills needed for higher education and the world of work. We're happy to do it, because we're moving Jamaica as well as technology along the pathway, and we want all our citizens to be digitally literate, she said. The tablets, valued at $260,000, were donated via a collective effort of several non-profit organizations, including the Kevin Downswell Foundation, Voices for Jamaica Today Foundation, JN Foundation, and KFC. Jamaica records 61 new COVID-19 cases, 2 deaths. Jamaica recorded an additional 61 positive COVID-19 cases yesterday, and 2 deaths, bringing the total infection to 49,668 and the death toll to 1,033. According to reports in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the new cases comprised of 33 females and 28 males within the ages of 2 years old and 86 years old. These cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 18, St. Catherine 10, Clarendon 3, St. Elizabeth 5, St. James 2, St. Mary 5, Westmoreland 6, Manchester 1, St. Anne 8, and St. Thomas 3. No cases were recorded in Portland, Trelawney, and Hanover. Deaths include one female from Kingston and St. Andrew, age 54 years, and one 77-year-old male from St. James. The country had 155 recoveries, bringing the total to 28,333, resulting in 19,647 active cases. Currently, 139 people are still hospitalized, 8 of which are critically ill, while 27 are moderately ill. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.